WebOp Studio is a low-cost, high development speed HMI software that can be used with the WebOp HMIs. One of the other strong features of it is that it's got a built-in online simulator, and it can also run it offline. So for example, right now I'm not connected to a PLC, and you can see how my buttons turn on my lights. I can use this button to toggle on my alarm, which pops up my alarm message. We've got it set up so that when there's an active alarm, this button shows up so that I can go straight to the alarm screen. I can go back to the manual, turn off my alarm. Nonetheless, if I go to my alarm screen, they're both still there. You can see system overloaded occurred and then cleared. I can clear my alarm history. We created a simple trending program. Theoretically, you could connect this to an analog input that's on your controller or whatever else. This is just something where we are randomly generating numbers to show up in here. So you can zoom in and out. Lots of functions. It's got a built-in clock. As you can see, we've added that into the HMI, but very easy to add in. Got our settings. We can turn beeping on. We can calibrate. And these are all screens that we were able to throw together fairly quickly. Back in manual, we created buttons to make it look like a system was jogging. You can see how right now it was accelerating, and now it's going to instantly decelerate and then go back the other way. But a lot of strong features here that make it really nice to work with it. The software, particularly the pop-up menu abilities and these LEDs that are standard in the software. So back here in the software, we can see some of the screens that we were just working with. One of the nice features is you can create a base screen, as you see here. A base screen, if I click up here, you can see I've got my time display, I've got my alarm button, and then I've got a nice little title button. And what happens is then when I create my other screens, in my screen properties, I tell them to use the base screen, and you'll see this button shows up here, on the time showing up there, and this is showing up over here saying which screen we're on, and it's all built in then, and I don't have to set up each screen to look like the other ones. And then the other thing is if I go and change something in the base screen, it will change in all of them. So really kind of a nice little feature. If I move that and then go to about, you'll see how my alarm button has moved. And if I move it back, save it, I go to my about, it's moved. And what's nice is it's moved for all of them now. Also has a nice built-in alarm display. You can read your alarms into an alarm history and then have them in the display. Also does some nice work with the trending. You create your trending logs and track it that way. And the menu. So we put together a menu here that navigates each of the screens. So if I were to click on these buttons, it takes me to screen 2 for settings. Or this one will take me to screen 5 alarms, and I can just choose from the drop down box there. And then what happens is in that base screen, we made this be a menu button. It pops up the menu, and you can see how it asks how it's going to do it. It's going to screen in from the left side. You can choose that the shape is transparent, labels. You can do a lot of different features on the buttons, and then on the menu it pulls up. So this gives you a pretty good idea of how these all work. And then it's extremely simple to set these different variables up. This is just saying it's going to monitor address 1, which is communications link 1, output 4. So what this is set up as, this is actually set up to talk to CP1L-EMPLC. So we created these link properties that say it's going to be an Ethernet link to a CS or CJ series via FINS TCP Ethernet. Then as you go through, you can create your tags. We've got internal memory, and then we've got link 1. And under link 1 I have all these different output names. I can create data types too if I want. but I've got these different output names that are linked to these I/O addresses. So as it's linked to those I/O addresses, if I were to run this in online mode instead of the offline mode that we just showed, it would actually communicate to the PLC and turn on this would illuminate based off of output 4 being on, and this toggle button would turn that on and off. This is set for a momentary, but as you can see, we can have it where it sets it on, sets it off, sets it on for a pulse, inverts it, momentary. Lots of different options. You can set the pulse width. If we are doing the set on pulse, then you set your pulse width, but lots of different options.